of sin. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time.
Today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
The numbers for Mixon last week: 16 carries, 51 yards.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. In to make the stop, Patrick Queen, the linebacker, the Ravens' leading tackler in 2020.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 31, Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out, and the Ravens have got it. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one, Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The numbers for him from a week ago: 13 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10. but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. They set up the screen to Hill. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Burrow will throw. That's taken in by Higgins. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Burrow looking to pass. Touchdown, Bengals! Tyler Boyd, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go, but you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping in mind, and I have to keep writing it down for myself. Remember, it's 7 teams in each conference now making the playoffs. So that brings more important games to the end of the season. So, in theory, more teams alive for a postseason berth later in the year.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They go play action with Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. These two teams met in Cincinnati earlier in the year with the Bengals coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Off the option, here's Edwards.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. They'll give it to Mixon. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Bell is in. Touchdown, Bengals.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. But Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long...
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Sam Hubbard in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you. They get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his 19th touchdown now of the season, and the Bengals add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. Aaron Jones, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's head to Philly to see what's happening with the Eagles. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They run once more with Edwards. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the pistol. Here's Hill. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Off the option, here's Edwards. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Jackson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. They'll run here with Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a throw here, hauled in, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
70 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Mixon able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Mixon. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Buying time to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jesse Bates. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going, because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and under... Understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
First throw now for the backup Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all after.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bengals extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore first. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Able to find Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He's got another first down, and he's also just a few yards short of 200 for the ball game. Allen now looks to throw. And that one complete once again to Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup there. On 2nd down, Mixon, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Thaddeus Moss, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Jackson on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that'll bring up second down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Jackson throwing once more. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Jackson now. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. A slant route caught by Bateman. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Jackson to Bateman there, first down Ravens. Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field.
And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A gain of 6 there on first. So Allen's going to look to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Bengals, it's another win for them. And you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now.